In this video, I will discuss Delhi Sultanate in detail. The rise of Islam in India began with the conquest of Sindh, one of the provinces of the present-day Pakistan. Among the Muslims, the first to conquer the territories of India were the Arabs. Then, by spreading Islam, attained their political and religious unity in India. It was under the leadership of Muhammad bin Qasim that Sindh was conquered. Arrival of Arabs and Turkish in India. Arab conquest of the Sindh. As early as 637, Arabs started sending expeditions to the western coast of India. In the early years of the 18th century, the king of Ceylon had sent some ships to the Khalifa Walid. These ships were plundered by pirates near Deval, a port in Sindh. At that time, Tahir, a Hindu Raja, ruled over Sindh. Al-Hajjaz, the governor of Barsha, demanded compensation, but Tahir refused to pay it. Hajjaz sent an expedition against Tahir. After two expeditions failed, in 712, he sent another expedition, this time under his nephew and son-in-law Muhammad bin Qasim. Reasons for failure of Arabs in Sindh. The conquest of Sindh by the Arabs was a triumph without any reasons. Not only did they fail to extend their dominion further, they could not even retain their hold on Sindh. The reasons were as follows. First, the Khalifa's attitude towards Sindh. The new Khalifa did not make any material gain from the desert land of Sindh and hence put a brake on military help to Sindh. Second, fight over Khilafat. As a result of breaking out of a mutual struggle for occupying the seat of Khilafat, the Arab attention was diverted from Sindh. Third, distance from Baghdad. Long distance between Sindh and Baghdad and lack of communication and transport did not encourage further battles. Fourth, Muhammad bin Qasim. In a very short time, he conquered Deval by slaying Dahir. He then conquered Brahmanabad. After this, he conquered Multan. This practically made him the ruler of the whole of Sindh. But his brilliant career administration of Arabs in Sindh came to a sad end when he was put to death by the Caliph. Administration of Arabs in Sindh. Sindh was under the Arabs for 200 years. An efficient administration was provided by them. It was divided into a number of districts, which were made over to the Arab military officers on condition of military service. The Arabs followed a tolerant religious policy. Those who paid the poll tax or jizya were exempted from embracing Islam and were known as Jimmis. Muhammad bin Qasim was first person to impose jizya in India. Impact of Arabs in Sindh. Politically, the Arab conquest of Sindh is considered insignificant from the point of view of growth of Islam in India. Their victory did not leave any impact on the monarchical character of Indian polity. However, it succeeded in converting the Sindh population to Islam on a very limited and temporary scale. The Arabs did not make any permanent impact on the Indian social system. However, its first impact was that it laid the foundation of Islam in India. The formal slavery system was introduced in India by the Arabs. The earliest Muslim settlements in India were established during Arab rule. The Arab rule in Sindh strengthened Arab trade and encouraged more Arabs to settle down on the east coast. The Sindhi tanners were trained in the art of tanning soft leather by the Arab leather workers. As a result of this, Sindhi leather demanded a high price in foreign markets. Turkish conquest. The Ghazni. An adventurer, Alp Tejin, founded the Principality of Ghazni in 962. After his death in 977, his slave and son-in-law Sultanate succeeded him. His policy of conquest brought him in conflict with the Shah dynasty. He defeated its rulers Jaipal twice and thus extended the kingdom beyond the Indus. After a reign of 50 years, Sultanate died in 997 and was succeeded by his son Muhammad, a brilliant general and a mighty conqueror. Muhammad Ghazni Muhammad Ghazni led as many as 17 expeditions into India during the years 1000 to 1027. As out of this, the one against the temple of Somnath in 1025 was the most important as it gave Muhammad a vast treasure. Muhammad was posed as a great but destroyer of the images for the glory of Islam. He patronized Firdaus al-Biruni, who wrote Kitabul Hind. Muhammad did not make any systematic effort to capture Indian territories except for that held by the Shah dynasty. However, Muhammad may be seen as the founder of Turkish rule in India to the extent that his conquests opened India to conquest from the northwest. The Yemeni dynasty to which Sultanate and his successors belonged was soon overthrown by Muhammad of Ghur. Decline of the Ghazni rule in India. Little or no attention was paid to internal strengthening and organization of the empire. Excess use of military power in external security. Muhammad Ghazni had incompetent successors. Lack of definite and universal law relating to succession to throne resulted in constant fighting amongst the successors of Muhammad. Alauddin Hussein, a Ghur king, attacked Ghazni in 1155. Khosrow Malik, the last Ghazni ruler, was killed by Muhammad Ghur in 1192. It exposed political disunity and military weakness of India. There was no new source of income, which weakened the economic condition of India. Muhammad of Ghur. Shahabuddin, later known as Muhammad of Ghur, was a great conqueror. After setting up his government in Ghazni in 1173, he directed his expeditions further towards India. In 1175, he captured Multan and then Sindh. 3 years later, he tried to enter into Gujarat, but found the local Rajputs too strong for him. He was defeated by Mullah Raja of Ahilwara and was repulsed with heavy losses in 1178. By 1182, however, the whole Sindh was subdued. The next object of his attention was Lahore, which was ruled by Khosrow Malik, the last prince of the house of Ghazni. He captured Lahore, deposed Khosrow Malik, and annexed Punjab in his domain. The Muslim rivals have been disposed of. Muhammad Ghur turned to the conquest of the Hindu kingdoms. He tried to enter India through Gujarat, but was defeated by Bhim II, brother of Chalukya king Mullah Raja, in the Battle of Neharwala, Gujarat, near Abu Mountains, in 1178-79. He again tried his luck in 1191, but the Chamana ruler of Ajmer, Prithviras III, confronted him. Prithviras defeated the invading army at Torain near Thaneshwar in 1191, but in the second battle of Torain in 1192, Prithviras was defeated, captured and executed. Muhammad followed up his success by conquering Ajmer. He then returned to Ghazni, leaving the conduct of the Indian campaigns to his trusted slave Qutubuddin Aibak, who captured Delhi, Meerut, Ranthambore and Koil in 1193, and then marched towards Varanasi. The Sultan, in the meantime, returned from Ghazni and defeated Raja Jayachandra of Kannauj in the Battle of Chandwar. Gwalior fell in 1196 and next fell Ahilwar. Bakhtiyar Khalji, one of Ghur's commanders, annexed Bihar and Bengal and destroyed Nalanda and Vikramshila University. With the reduction of Kalinjar in 1203, the conquest of Upper India was complete by the time of Muhammad's assassination in 1206.